Inside the unclaimed brand vault, we rise, framework strong. No need for disguise, original moves we don't clone, we create. Obvious choice, yeah, we set the standards straight. Uncloud is more than a name, it's a mindset. Rewrite the rules, whole industries reset. Systematic success, no guess, no luck. Framework clear, every CEO leveled up. Excellence and legacy in hand. IP protected, we own the brand. Small biz overlooked, but not in here. Unclaimed vault made the vision crystal clear. Inside the unclaimed brand vault, that's fact. 7 pillars strong, yeah, we build like that. Category of one, no looking back. Obvious choice, we lead the pack. Inside the unclaimed brand vault, that's fact. 7 pillars strong, yeah, we build like that. Category of one, no looking back. Obvious choice, we lead the pack.
Unclaimed CEO, confident, loud, numbers in check, respected and proud. Brand ID, NIP, identity tight, IDs protected, shining so bright. Unclaimed offers designed to sell, value so bold they can already tell. Marketing and launches we disrupt with heat. 16 styles drop campaigns complete.
Inside the unclaimed brand vault, we rise. Frameworks strong, no need for disguise.
What's up, y'all? Look. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Audria Richmond in the building. Audria Richmond in the building. Anyway, let me know if you can hear me. Okay, let me know in the comments below if you can hear me. Let me pull up my little chat here. Let's see. Get rid of that. Move my phone over to the side. I'll be using that here in a moment for my little note-taking situation here. Boom. Trying to get that out the frame. Jesus. Okay. Where is my comments? Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Who's here? Hey. Oh, I can see y'all. What's up, people? What up? We got my YouTube people in the building. Let me say something. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, okay? If you're joining us, share this out with a friend or a buddy, okay, please? Okay, please share this out with a friend or a buddy, okay? So, are y'all ready? Let me know if y'all are ready, okay? Now, why did you call me over here? I told you what I was going to do today. Look, I was lit after our call. When we had our consult, it was so funny. We had so much fun. Baby, this hair is herring. Okay. Hair. I'm going to get it twisted tomorrow anyway. So, there's that. Let's see. We got Spicita in the building. What up? How you doing? I'm so excited to see you all. So share this out. Yeah, I'm excited. So today I'm going to be talking about how the marketing game has changed. Have y'all been feeling it? Okay. If y'all been feeling it, put a 1 in the chat. Give me 1 second. I got my little paper over here because I keep having ideas while I'm talking and I'm like, oh my God, let me make sure I write this down. That's like one little hack. If you one of those people that always got like a million ideas, baby, write it down. Get you a little notebook. Always write it down. Okay, so let me introduce myself for those who may or may not know who I am. My name is Audria Richmond. I'm a marketing and brand strategist. Okay, that means your girl know how to think some really dope strategies and all the things. Okay, you may fall into 2 buckets. If you are generating under $1 million, make sure you follow our Uncloned brand page on Instagram. So if someone could throw that in the chat for me, that's at Uncloned brand. Okay. So if you make under $1 million, you definitely want to stay connected to that Instagram page a lot this year because we're going to be rolling out a lot of original content, some really cool stuff that we have coming. If you're over $1 million, then you can stay connected to our Audria Richmond page. Can you follow both? Absolutely. I just want you to know that in 2026, certain conversations require separation. Okay. Let me say that again. Certain conversations require separation. Okay. I cannot attract, my multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar clients if I'm having lower level conversations. That doesn't mean you are low level. It's just me lower level conversations. Somebody who's trying to figure out how to manage their team is totally different than somebody who's terrified to hire. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay, if that makes sense, put a 2 in the chat. So let me know. All right, now let's get into what I wanted to talk about. Marketing has changed a lot, and as someone who has really had an opportunity to take advantage of the algorithm and all the cool things back in the day when the algorithm wasn't what it is today, I think it's important for you to understand that if you've been trying old ass marketing strategies from back down yonder, they ain't gonna work in 2026. Okay, just putting that out there for all the people who think that they that think that something is wrong with you. It's probably you're trying a lot of old ass marketing strategies. And if I had to really really think about what's going to make entrepreneurs stand out this year, it's going to be becoming. Okay, it's going to be becoming. Now, I've been talking about this for a long time. I actually been talking about this since last year about becoming and what's required for you to become. Because I think a lot of the times, right? I actually had created a little diagram. I was going to design it, make it look cute and all of that. But for the sake of this conversation today, I'm just going to sketch it out. Okay. So look at it like this. You have people always want to know the how, right? How do I publish my book? How do I launch a conference? How do I create a coaching program? How do I create a digital product? How do I go viral? How do I get followers? How do I use AI? How do I make an AI twin? Like all of the how-to shit, right? And then so think of that on the far left side. So just kind of think of that in a circle. I'm gonna show you the visual here in a moment. So kind of think of how in a circle, right? Then on the right hand side, far right, is execution, done, getting shit done. Okay, so just put execution or done. Okay, and then in the middle, you're going to write becoming. Okay, all right, you're gonna write becoming. A lot of the times, people want to go from 1 to 2 without doing the middle. Can y'all see that? Okay. A lot of people want to know the how. Audria, tell me the how. How do I launch? How do I become uncloned? How do I create offers? Everybody want to know the how. A lot of people will never see done until they become. Okay. So if you're not becoming, okay, good luck on having whatever you say you want. And that becoming part is hard for a lot of people. And the way people mask the becoming, a lot of people think that if I join a program, I'm gonna become. If I join a mastermind, I'm gonna become. If I attend a conference, I'm gonna become. If I'm the friend of somebody that's winning, I'm gonna become. And I will tell you firsthand, okay, come close. Okay, come close. Come on over here. Come on over here. I'm telling you, okay, whoever's watching this video, in 2026, if you do not become a different version of yourself from all the previous years, you're going to be in the same trap, if not worse trap, than years prior. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this because a lot of people come to me thinking that just knowing the how is enough. Just being connected to a certain person is enough. Just reading a book is just enough. Just taking a course is just enough. It's not, boo. It is not. People think, oh, I'm just going to hire somebody. You cannot hire away the becoming, baby. Okay? Because guess what? If you don't become, you're going to hire somebody else and you're going to get mad that you didn't get the results that you thought you were supposed to get because you want them to do the becoming when you never became. I don't know who need to hear that, but I'm sharing this with you because when I look at a lot of people who still haven't hit their first 6 figures, who still haven't hit their first million, who still haven't hit multiple millions or whatever the case may be, it is that refusal to become the different version of yourself. And I think a lot of the times it's not just psychological, right? It's not just mindset stuff. It's behavioral. Okay. It's behavioral, meaning, for instance, I can keep saying, I want to lose weight. Okay. Go buy me a Peloton bike. Go download some healthy videos. Go get a juicing guide that my husband beautifully printed out a couple weeks ago. Follow all the fitness gurus. Join the community of a fitness program and never go work out. That's the behavioral part. What people love to rest in the fact in, which is I bought all of the stuff. Okay. I joined all the stuff. And these are the same jokers online who's trying to convince you that programs are scams, people are scams, all of the things, everything is a scam. And a lot of the times they love to anchor around what they call or deem as a scam to promote their own thing. Be careful of those individuals, by the way. Okay. Be super, super duper, duper, duper careful of those individuals, by the way. And so the first step in mastering your marketing in 2026 is becoming a different version of yourself and doing things that is hella uncomfortable. Okay. Hella uncomfortable. Let me give you an example. Y'all know me. I'm the example queen. Also, if you're enjoying this content, make sure you share it out. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because I'm going to be going live more now that we are eliminating our free community. So you're going to see a lot more content on my YouTube page. I think on Facebook, the video lasts about 30 days and then it delete. But if you want to make sure you can always reference this video, make sure you stay connected to us on YouTube. But this morning, right? I realized that my mood was off. Okay. My mood was off for the first part of this month. And I couldn't really put my finger on it. Right. Like I was like, why am I not feeling like fired up? Right. Why I'm not feeling fired up? And I started thinking about all the stuff that I needed to do to create a video. How many of y'all been there before? Just put a 1 in the chat if you've been there before. Like, you know you need to do something, but you down, you having this little down moment, not realizing, baby, that all you got to do is become the energy you want to attract. So I'm beating up on myself. I'm feeling down or whatever. And I had told myself such a horrible narrative for so long. Like, oh, I'm only going to put makeup on or get dressed up if I got a lunch or an event or something like that, if I'm going somewhere. And then it dawned on me, Audria, you are a gift. You are a gift. You are amazing. If you don't honor yourself, why do you want others to? And what did that look like? That looked like me putting myself first this morning. Normally, I would get up, dive in, start serving other people, look to see if my husband need anything, look to see if anybody I know need anything, and then I attend to me, right? But this morning, I did something completely different. I was like, you know what? This morning, well, lately for the past couple of months, I've been waking up, starting with prayer, journal, things like that. But I wasn't really taking time with myself. I might throw on a hoodie or I might throw on a shirt or something like that. And I really didn't have a lot of care when it came to me, right? And I said, you know what? I'm going to get up this morning. And even though because my hair was like in this huge little bun, and I was like, oh my God, this is so much hair. And then I said, stop complaining because there's people out there that will kill for your hair, right? And I was like, okay, I'm not going to complain. So I said, okay, let me go. And then I started washing my hair. And it took me 2 hours to detangle my hair, to comb through my hair, to detangle it and do all the things. And then I had to do the conditioner and then all the things. And I'm conditioning my hair and I'm doing all the things with my hair. And that took about 2 hours. I wouldn't have gave myself that time any other day. But today I gave that to myself. Then I said, I'm going to do like my facial and I'm going to put on makeup today and I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this. And because I put myself first. And wouldn't you believe my whole mood changed? I got fired up. I went outside and created a reel. I'm now creating this YouTube video because I got out the funk. For some of you, and I'm not talking about funky, okay, just FYI. I just want to let y'all know I'm not talking about funky, okay? I said I got out the funk, okay? Out the bad mood, okay? And because I was able to adorn myself and work on myself and do something for myself, my whole mood changed, my whole aura changed. So I'm saying all that to say that it could be, what if you put yourself first tomorrow? What if you stop thinking about what other people think? What if you got dressed up like you was going to a conference, but you weren't doing shit but coming into an office or a room or something to go create some content? What if you start doing that, right? And so I think it's important that if we don't start addressing the internal things, the mental things, the spiritual things first, everything else can't really follow. Because if you've been feeling off, it's probably you overthinking. If you've been feeling off, it's probably because you're ruminating, you're constantly in your head. It could be because you're not grounded, or you're not putting yourself first, or you're doing everything but attending to yourself first. You will not be what you need to be in order to go to the next level. Okay. Okay. So this is what I'll say. When it comes to marketing this year, you're going to have to be aggressive. And I know a lot of people don't like that term because it's just like, I don't want to be aggressive. You know, I'm living my soft life. Okay, sis, cool, whatever. You can live your soft life, but your ass gonna have to aggressively market this year. And why am I saying aggressively? Because the way that we used to market back in the day, like you could get away with making a post a week, a post a day, maybe every other day. You could make a post and like get away with it. But girl, boy, the game has changed. Okay. It looks like you posting more often than not, right? So instead of posting 3 times a week, you may need to post 9 times a week. Instead of posting 1 YouTube video a week, you probably need to post 3 to 5 videos a week. And for some of you all, it feels like a lot. And it only feels like a lot because you never got started with layer 1. Layer 1 is, are you even visible? Are you even creating content on a basic level first? And what I'm saying is, this is a game. I've seen so many people come into this game and dominate because they are willing to do what other people aren't willing to do. So while you're complaining about, oh, I got to do what? I got to create how many videos? I got to do, man, I got to launch. I got to go tell people about my product and service. Man, I got to sell. It's people that's in their 10th, 15th, 20th year doing that while you still complaining, even though you've been in the game the same amount of time. Who am I talking to? Are y'all hearing me? Just put a 2 in the chat if you hear me. Okay? Put a 2 in the chat if you hear me. Because I think a lot of the times when people are looking at the people that they admire, the people that they are inspired by, they're not willing to put in the same work, energy, time, effort, or money. But you believe, because you pray to God and because you're a child of God, that things should just come to you without you doing anything. I will tell you, if you are one of those people that think that just learning and just reading and just taking a course and just investing is enough, you are sadly mistaken, baby. That's just a way for you to get in the door. Okay, that's just a way for you to get in the door. It does not mean you are guaranteed to be successful this year. You're gonna have to get so goddamn uncomfortable in 2026. It's going to look like more video, right? I even had to tell myself that. As somebody who pretty much create video, like when I'm doing YouTube videos or when I'm doing a launch or a webinar, video series, something like that, I said, Audrey, you're going to probably be on camera more this year than probably all years combined, because the algorithm is rewarding video. So if you are one of those people who are terrified of video, you're going to have to get over it, boo. Go ahead and get your first 50 to 100 videos out the way. Let them jokers be ugly as hell. Let you sound crazy. Allow yourself to find your voice. Allow these videos to be imperfected. Okay. Do not try to be perfect with these videos. Allow these videos to help you unlock a next level to yourself. Because if you keep stopping before you even get traction, you will never get traction. Think about it. If you just imagine if you build up the courage today, right? And you go and create a video. And then you create that video, and then you look at the video, I don't like the way my nose look, or I don't like the way my chin look, or I don't like the way my neck look, or I don't like the way, whatever the hell, fill in the blank, whatever insecurity you got. I'm telling you, that ain't the way, because you're thinking about yourself. You need to be thinking about the people who haven't discovered you yet, but they need you. But they can't find you because you terrified to go live. You terrified to go make the reel. You terrified to go launch. You terrified to promote. You terrified to ask for the sale. How the hell are you going to grow in 2026 if you're afraid to do these things? So I believe that when we look at 2026 and when we think about the becoming part and we think about what we need to do to like get to that next level, we're gonna have to get uncomfortable and we're gonna have to do the things that require a lot of work. The whole idea of like, oh, that's too much work, I ain't doing all of that. Cool. Ain't nobody asking you to do all of that. But if the level that you want to be on requires you to do all of that, you need to make a decision on whether or not you don't want to be at that level and you cool with not doing all of that, or you want to get to your next level because you're going to do all of that. Does that make sense? You got choices and you got options, but what I don't want you to do in 2026 or at the end of 2026 is get mad at people because you felt like they didn't tell you what you needed to what they needed to tell you. And I will tell you this, because there's a lot of people who would rather take your money than to tell you the God honest truth. It's going to take a lot of time, energy, and effort on your part. Okay? Some of y'all think y'all are so above strategy. You're so above learning marketing in your business. You're so above operations. You're so above so many things, and you wonder why you're still stuck. So I will tell you firsthand that if you want to win in 2026, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. Okay? All of that. And then some of y'all be so busy doing nothing. I'm just being honest. Y'all be like, I'm like, why you ain't make no videos this week, girl? I was busy, girl. I was busy, girl. What was you doing? And then you give me a list of what you're doing, and none of it included having automated marketing going for you in the background. None of it included you getting content. None of it included you speaking on somebody's stage. None of it included you partnering. None of it included opportunity hour, you pitching yourself. None of it did all the stuff you was busy doing didn't do anything to attract business, didn't do anything to attract clients and customers, didn't do anything to put you on the map. Okay? I was talking to someone in my community today. We had a consultation and she was like, you're like the most slept on person. And I was like, I know, but that's going to change in 2026, because what I'm not going to do is wait on somebody to share my stuff. I'm going to be, can I be honest with y'all? Okay, just put a 5 in the chat. Can I be brutally honest about something I've been feeling? And I've been debating on whether or not I wanted to talk about this, but I was like, you know what? Let me think about that. So let me tell you what it is. So people pleaded me, okay, will you please give the planners away, blah, 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 right? And to be honest, I didn't want to give away a high value asset to someone who did not pay for it. That's just the God honest truth. Because there's a lot of people who spent their money to buy the uncloned marketing systems. And, you know, I wanted to honor those people that did that. But I also didn't want to throw away over 2,000 planners, right? And so I said, okay, you don't want to put them in the hands of anybody. You don't want to throw them away, right? But I still think we're going to end up throwing away a good portion of it, because everybody begged me down to like, hey, can I get one? Can I get one? And we started promoting the Uncloned Marketing Systems Weekend. Okay. I want to say it was yesterday or day before yesterday. And when people thought that I was going out of business, everybody shared, everybody promoted, everybody told people, y'all go ahead and buy the system, so on and so forth. And now that I'm giving them away, it's crickets. It's crickets. I'm like, y'all literally was drilling me. Don't throw them away. Somebody please give them to me. And it's like pulling teeth to get people to pull up and to even claim them. So I'm at the point now where I'm like, you know what? If only 50 people show up to this thing when we got 1,500 to give away, then we're going to give them to those 50 people and we're going to trash the rest. Why? Because some of y'all may be thinking, well, why don't you just keep the storage unit in? Why don't you just this, and this? I don't have time to keep convincing people of stuff that they need. Okay? I just don't. I don't have it in me no more. I don't have how can I say it? I really feel like I'm always trying to do the most for people who can't see it, right? And it's a miserable existence to a little bit, because it's one of those things where I was talking to my client today. Well, she's in the community, right? I'm just calling her my client because she joined us in the vault. But I was talking to her today, and we were talking about how, a lot of people are, when they do buy the uncloned marketing systems or they get them or whatever, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't get it, blah, blah, blah. Right. And I'm just like, yeah. And it goes back to that you're a best kept secret. I wouldn't be a best kept secret if people would share, if people would tell people about me. And let me be clear. This ain't no sad story for me, or I'm all like beat up about it because I'm running ads right now. But I think it's sad that when people thought I was going out of business, they had no problem with sharing and telling people about it. And I'm actually giving them away now, and people won't even share. So I just said, you know what? It is what it is. But I'm not going to let that deter me this year from showing up, because there's a group of people who have not discovered me, who's going to find out about me in 2026, and we're going to do some life-changing work together. I think that when you spend so many years trying to get people to see themselves, it is gut wrenching, right? It is totally gut wrenching. And I'm done. I'm wiping my hands of it. I done prayed about this thing so many times. And I just said, this chapter is over. It is closed. I'm moving on. And so we already talked about the first thing. I want to make sure I don't get off track. So I made some notes here. So we talked about you going to be, doing more video. The other thing that I will say is the use of collaboration tools. Let me explain. How many of you all have like multiple brands or multiple things that you have going on, right? Y'all, I've been having so much fun with the collaboration feature. So if you go and look at my reel on my Audria Richmond page, you will see that I collaborated with my Uncloned brand page. That is so freaking cool, because it's okay. Let me explain this, because I'm excited and I got to slow down so y'all can follow along. Okay. So inside of Facebook, you can set up cross posting. Now, I don't know if you need to be, what do you call it? I don't know if you need to be like a blue check or whatnot to do this feature, but when you logged into your Facebook settings, you can set up your accounts to determine how you want to cross post. Okay. So the way this looks like is, let's say that I share a reel that I'm looking at on Instagram and I share it to my stories. It's going to automatically share to my stories on my personal Facebook page. I hope that makes sense. So although I'm on Instagram engaging, everything that I share in my Instagram stories will automatically be shared to my Facebook stories. So if people are not following me on Instagram stories, they can still see my Facebook stories. Is this making sense? Okay. Let me know if this makes sense. So that's number one, right? Secondly, that's one way that I like it. The second way I like it is, right now, the video that I just posted, I posted it on my personal page, on my Audria Richmond page on Instagram. And it automatically shared to my Audria Richmond personal profile page. But then, even though I collaborated with Uncloned Brand on Instagram, it also shows that same collaboration when it is shared to my personal Facebook page. Y'all, game changer. And did you know that you can now connect your Instagram, not your Instagram, your YouTube to another YouTube channel? So you can collaborate with YouTube channels. So not only can you collaborate or cross collaborate with Instagram and Facebook, you can also collaborate with both for your YouTube. Like if you have more than one YouTube channel, you can collaborate with YouTube channels. And this is great for people who may want to have like a company YouTube, but you also want to have your personal brand YouTube. And it's a good way to kind of cross reference and cross connect. So I absolutely love that feature. So if you aren't using the collaboration features or the cross posting features on social media, trust me, it's a game changer. Okay. So that's my second thing I want to talk about. The third thing I want to talk about is ads. Okay. Ads. Y'all always complaining about the algorithm. Okay. We all agree, okay, that the algorithm be algorithming. Okay. We all agree. We already know that. Okay. But we already know that. But this is what I want you to know. In 2026, baby, we doing it all. Okay. Can somebody put all in the chat? Type all in the chat for me. We doing it all. What does that mean, Audria? That means that we're doing organic content. We're doing paid content. We're doing collaboration content. We partnering with people and doing content with them. We're doing collaboration lives. We're doing collaborations content posts. We're doing collaboration YouTube videos. We outside, okay? Do y'all hear me what I'm saying? Okay? So we're doing it all. We're doing paid and organic. We're not just doing all organic because some of y'all need acceleration. You need new eyeballs. You need new people to see you. You need new people to discover you. And I think it's important that you allow ads to do that for you. So somebody in the chat, let me know. Put a 2 in the chat if you found me through Facebook ads or Instagram ads. That was your first interaction into my world, right? Put a number 2 in the chat if that's you. The reason that this is important, okay? The reason that this is important is because if you're only waiting on when your friends share your stuff or when your clients share your stuff or when the people that's connected to you share your stuff, you will always be limited because it's at the discretion of the sharer to decide if they want to share. I hope that makes sense. So, for instance, going back to the story that I just talked about with the uncloned marketing systems, although people aren't sharing, I'm running ads. Make sense? I ain't got time for you to think you gatekeeping me or you saw my post and you ain't gonna share because you ain't got time or you don't want to or you slick being a fucking hater. So instead of me waiting on all of that to go on, I'm just gonna run ads and I'm gonna get in front of some new people, some dope people, some people ain't never heard of me, and we're gonna live our best life. So that's why I love the beauty of both organic and paid. And so if you're not utilizing ads, or Facebook ads, Instagram ads, hell, YouTube ads, pretty much every platform you can run ads on. LinkedIn, if X is your thing, you can run ads over there. So you can pretty much run ads everywhere. Okay. All right. So the next thing that's going to be a game changer for you in 2026 as it relates to your marketing, baby, y'all need to hire some help. Mm-hmm. Yep, you know who I'm talking about. You with all the visions, you with all the goals, you with all the strategies. You need help, okay? You need help. I'm gonna tell y'all something, okay? How many of y'all feel overwhelmed? You just every time you think to go do something, you just it's too much. It's too much, right? Or every time you go to take that course or watch that course, you're like, oh my God, this person is bored as shit. Oh. Or you want to do 15 things at the same time. You know who you are, and I know you laughing right now. Let me tell you, sis, okay? Let me tell you, you need marketing help in 2026. Okay? You need marketing help. Okay? You need marketing help. You need marketing help. Okay? You can't do all the things. You can't juggle being a parent, juggle being a wife, juggle being a husband, juggle being a caretaker, juggle being a kid, whatever your situation is. You cannot do that in 2026. Do you know how many people I talk to all the time that's always talking about how they can't get things done because they can't find no, and that's another thing. Even though I'm saying you need help, I have to also say this. It's not a lot of competent help out there, at least cheap. And that's be the issue. Y'all be want to hire cheap help and you're going to get cheap ass results. Okay. Now that doesn't always be true, right? Because I have paid people an arm and a leg and they was trash too. But I think it's very important that you understand what your business is about. You understand what your goals are for this year, but you got to know what you are looking for in the person before you hire them. Not, let me say this, and this is for all my CEOs. Stop hiring people when you don't even know what the hell you need. Okay? If you hiring people and you looking for them to be your strategist, your planner, your brain, and you looking for them to think for you, good luck. Good luck on getting the most out of that person. And let me also say this, the more ignorant you are around what you need done, the more you're going to get taken advantage of. Okay? Just being brutally honest. If somebody, let's say you pay somebody to do Facebook ads for you, and you have no idea how Facebook ads work, and you trusting that they gonna give you game and tell you everything you need to run your Facebook ads, and they running ads, and you like, why is it costing so much? And you don't know why it costs so much because you don't know your cost per acquisition. You are they running the ads for you, and they telling you, hey, we need to do this and do that, and you like, I don't really know. I mean, it ain't. I don't know why it ain't work. I think it's supposed to work. I don't think. I don't know. And the more you don't know, the more you're gonna be taken advantage of. So sometimes you all be prematurely hiring, thinking that these people gonna think for you, strategize for you, and be your brain, and be the CEO of your company, and lead you. Sis, no, bro, no. So it requires you to sit down. Okay, some of y'all are moving. Some of y'all are doing too much. Okay, some of y'all need to take a chill pill. Okay, lay off the weekend brunches and go read a damn book, take a course, and learn something. Okay, so if you anti-learning, you're gonna be the first ones to get got. Okay, when I hire people, I know when it's wrong and I know when it's right. And if you can't do that in your business too, you got more learning to do. Okay, so you definitely gonna have to run ads, but definitely keep that in mind. Okay. This, and I'll leave you with the last thing. I got more I want to say, but I don't want this video to get too long. This is the last thing I'll say. Also, if you have any questions, make sure you go ahead and put the questions in the comments. So when I'm done with this next talking point, I can answer your question. Please don't wait to the last minute because there is a delay between you and me. So if I don't see any questions by the time I finish this next talking point, I'm going to assume you have no questions, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so let's get into this next talking point. All right, so I want you all to start tracking your marketing on a weekly basis. Okay, I want you to start tracking your marketing on a weekly basis. Now, you still gonna track it on a daily basis, but I definitely want you to double track it on a weekly basis. Okay, now for those who have the content planner. Hold on. Let me see if it's in here. Yep. Boom. All right. So for those who have the content planner, I'm gonna show you how to do this. And if you don't, I'm gonna give you some tips too. All right. So inside the content planner, when you go to create your content, you have page 1, which is where you would plan your content. All right. And then on the back, you have tracking dashboard. Okay. The tracking dashboards let you know, how many people did you reach, engagement, comments, profile visits, leads, sales, tags, all of these things. Okay. So when you're putting your content out there every single day, when you create a piece of content, you're going to track it. So you plan it, you put it out, and then you track it. So every piece of content you put out in the world, you can track it on a daily basis. Okay. That's number 1. So you're going to track your content on a daily basis. And what are you tracking for, Audria? Whatever the hell your goals are. I don't know your goals. You know your goals better than I do. But let me just say this. Your goals better not be followers. I will pull up on you. Okay. I will pull up on you if you write followers is a goddamn goal. Okay. You hear me? You hear me? All right. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay. We're not doing that in 2026. Followers is not the goddamn goal. Okay. Now, I will tell you what the goal is. You should have a goal of how many leads you need today, how many conversations you need to have today or engage in today, how many sales you need to have today. We're not tracking vanity metrics. If the number you're tracking do not add to your bottom line or make you bigger financially, we're not tracking that shit. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Y'all hear me? Okay? I just want to make sure that we making sense. Okay? I just want to make sure. All right. Y'all got me. Okay, cool. All right. So you're going to track on a daily basis. And then at the conclusion of every week, okay? At the conclusion of every week, you're going to ask yourself, what was the most effective thing that I did this week with my marketing? Remember, if you are planning your content and you're tracking your content, you want to know, oh my God, that reel that went crazy got me 50 consultations. Oh snap. That YouTube video that I dropped last Thursday, man, that video got me, 15 sales. If you're not tracking at that level, that's why you don't know if your marketing is working or not, because you're not tracking. You emoting, not tracking. You're emoting, not tracking. What do I mean? What are you saying, Audria? Well, when you put stuff out, I feel like it ain't working. What? Yeah. I feel like it ain't working. Sis, we don't feel results. We know results because we're tracking data. Got it? Okay. We're not doing that this year. We're not feeling our results this year. Okay. We're tracking, measuring, experimenting, up leveling, removing, eliminating, upgrading, evolving into. Okay. That's what we're doing this year. We're tracking our numbers and we're going to become savvy when it comes to our marketing. We're going to know our conversion numbers. We're going to know our click-through rate numbers. We're going to know all of our conversion numbers across our landing pages and opt-in pages. We're going to have systems in place for when we do get a lead. We're going to know how to engage that lead. We're going to know how to turn them into a client or customer. Is this making sense, everybody? Okay? Just saying. So, with that being said, those are all my notes for today. I pray that you enjoyed this live stream. So I'm going to stick around and answer some questions. I think I seen one question come through. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put that there. Let's see. Have you done course? Let's see. Have you done course in ads? Excuse me. No, I don't teach Facebook ads, but there's plenty of people on YouTube that you can find. So that'll be easy for you. Let's see. Tracking paid. Let's see. Tracking paid ads, or what about email list marketing internal? Do we track there too? Yes, you track everything. You track everything. So for instance, let me start with the first thing. On an ad level, you will track based on the goal or the objective. So if your ad is for leads, you will track how many leads did you get from that ad. If your goal was sales, how many sales did you get from that ad? Okay. So whatever your ad goal is, that's what you were tracking on. If you're doing an Instagram profile visit ad, you would be tracking on how many profile visits did I get? Or if you're tracking for DMs, or people typing in keywords and stuff like that. There's so many things you could track for when it comes to your ads. So it would be based on whatever it is that you're tracking. The second question you asked was email list. So from an email list perspective, you want to be tracking your list growth, how many people are leaving your email list. You want to be tracking the click-through rate and open rate on your emails. Are people opening your emails? Are they clicking through on your emails? And if you want to get a little bit more fancy, people who are more like a higher level email expert, they can track your deliverability and help you with that and make sure that your emails are landing in the inbox and not in spam or promotions. So that's something you can track. You can also put a hygiene system in place for your email list where people are coming on and off your list based on how they engage in your marketing. So there's a lot that you can do with your email list. All right. So hopefully that answered your question. Let's see here. I had to head home office. Let's see. Let's see. Can I go to work online just once one day? I don't think I understand the question. Let me read this slowly. I'm not sure I understand your question. I don't know if I understand your question. Let's see. Can I Google instead of Facebook? You somebody use Google marketing instead of Facebook? You can. I would use YouTube if you want to go the YouTube route. That's going to be great for everybody here. Even if you're not on YouTube or didn't have it in your mix, everybody should be on YouTube. Let's see. Let's see. How you balance your time on social media and using social media to grow your business. A lot going on in these digital streets. I would say focus on, let me just say this. If you are like me, sick of all the rigmarole, there's a lot of ways for you to be present without being present. Number one, you can schedule your post. Okay. You can schedule your post in the business suite. You can even, if your profile is on professional mode, you can even schedule posts on your personal profile page. I believe you got to have professional mode. So that's one way you can create leverage. The second thing I would do, um, let me see, with social media is I would just put a plan in place and just, as long as I'm managing my plan by like posting and keeping it moving or whatever, what I would do is I would post, stick around for an hour to engage with the first couple of people, and then pick back up on your engagement the next day, right? I don't feel like you need to live on social media, but you do need to have a presence, and that can still be leveraged, right? You can premiere a video to go live. You can, especially on YouTube, you can schedule posts. There's a lot of ways to be online without you actually human need to be online, right? Let's see. Next question. Can you say more about Google Ads? What difference did you notice versus Meta Ads? Google Ads, let me be brutally honest, I don't know much about them. I don't know if my ad is still active, but whenever people typed in Audria Richmond or unclone, my ad would come up and it will link back to my website. Those are called search ads. So when people are searching different keywords or your brand name or your company name, you can come up, but you can also run YouTube ads and stuff like that. I don't have a lot of experience with that, but I would recommend you go on YouTube and look for some people who have some expertise around that. I would also go to Instagram or Facebook and just type in Google Ads and see if you can find some Facebook groups or some communities or some reels or some content around Google Ads. All right. So hopefully I answered that question. Okay, cool. So thank you all so much for tuning in to this live stream. If you would like to learn how to work with us, or if you want to see if, hop on a quick call so we can see where you are with your business, you can turn over to, let me get the URL because I want to make sure I remember that, join. This is my first time telling y'all in a video. Yeah, okay. So you're going to head over to unclonebrandcall.com. Okay. It's unclonebrandcall.com. So you're going to go to unclonebrandcall.com. Next time I'm going to have a cute little graphic and all of that stuff. But if you want to hop on a quick call so I can learn more about your business and see how we can work together, head over to unclonebrandcall.com and or you can click the link in the description, because by the time this video finish, I'll update the description with the link. You could definitely click that link as well, especially if you're watching it on the replay. But for the most part, you can head over to unclonebrandcall.com. Let's hop on a quick call. Let's see where you are with your brand and see what it looks like for us to work together. So thank you all so much for tuning into this live stream, y'all. And until next time, y'all, let's go live an uncloned life and build an uncloned brand. Bye, y'all.